Jim Winston here. I'm at DB Fine Wines in New Canaan, and this evening we're going to be doing a tasting that is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be very, very different. The genesis of this tasting began actually earlier in the spring when we did in two different tastings. One tasting had a wine from the Czech Republic, and the other had a wine from Greece. And I had never done a tasting with wines coming from either of those two countries. Anyway, flash forward last month when we were starting to lay out the various themes for this month. Dave and I had a conversation, and we were both sober at the time, or mostly sober, at least Dave was. And we came up with this idea: wouldn't it be a gas to do a tasting where we went off rail? We went to places that we hadn't done before, countries that certainly have produced wines, in many cases going back to antiquity. But wouldn't it be fun to just put together this type of an eclectic arrangement of wines from different countries and regions, again, never done before. And there's a technical term we use for this flight, and the term is called a hodgepodge. And so we begin with a sparkling wine. I haven't opened it yet, but it's from England. And then we're going to follow it with a wine from Slovenia. And this is a fascinating wine. Slovenia is just on the other side of what we would call Italy, actually, and the other side of the Adriatic. And it is made with Pinot Gris, or Pinot Grigio, and it's made in a style that in Italy they would call it Ramato, which means they leave the skins in contact with the must. And what many folks don't know is Pinot Grigio is actually a red grape, or a rose-colored grape. It's not a white grape. From there, we're going to go to Bulgaria. An interesting wine here is it's owned by a guy who actually owns Chateau Canon La Gaffalière in Saint-Emilion. We have two wines coming from Israel. We follow it with a wine from Turkey, and then we go to the New World in South America, to Uruguay. We do wines from Chile and Argentina all the time. Rarely do we dip down into something from Uruguay. And then on the white side, we'll be doing a wine from Turkey on the white side. This is the same wine that we used earlier in the year. Why is it here? It's from Greece, and I happen to love the wine. Back to Uruguay for a great combination of Arnis and Chardonnay. And then this wine. This wine is really a world-class white wine, and it comes from the Czech Republic. Now, interestingly enough, made by the same producer that made the Pinot Noir that we used earlier in the year. And that wine was quite good, but I will tell you right now, I felt that as good as the wine was, that it was overpriced for what it was. It was a wonderful Pinot Noir in a lighter style. It was wonderful, fresh, but I felt it was overpriced. And now here we have this wine that we're using next, and it's called Juicy Fruit. It's a white wine. And as a matter of fact, it sort of looks like the Juicy Fruit gum package, huh? Anyway, and I will tell you right now, this wine is worth every single penny. This is a stunning white wine. Now, one of the things that attracts me when I look at wines, and it could be red or white, is when they have this amazing blend of varietals that are put into the finished cuvee. And so we have, in this particular case, Pinot Blanc, Pinot Gris, Pinot Noir, Gruner Veltliner, and Welch Riesling. I mean, to me, that setup is just haunting. Look at the color. It has this golden hue. It almost has a slightly orange cast to it. And the scent is a knockout. Wow. That is a beautiful, beautiful white wine. and I've often said this, great red wine is a dime a dozen. You can find great red wine in virtually all the wine producing zones and all varietals, and you can see it up and down in terms of the price points. But a white wine, finding an amazing white wine, that's a challenge. And a great white wine separates itself from the herd, and it demands to be recognized as something that's different. So we have a tasting flight here that is this very, very interesting hodgepodge of regions. I love it. It's fun. It's traveling to new places, seeing new varietals, new winemakers. That's always a lot of fun. And then, when you have something like this, you look at, is there something that is the standout? Is there something that sticks out and just begs for the attention and the spotlight? And that's this white wine from the Czech Republic. Milan Nestorovic is the wine producer. He's somewhat of I guess, a special type of a guy. He farms organically. Hell of a wine. Cheers.